My sewing machine was inherited from a family friend. It comes in this lovely and very sturdy case. Here's the machine itself. Don't mind that rattling sound. That was the various accessories. This little box tucks in beside the machine and tends to get knocked around a little bit when the machine is taken out of said box. Here's Pepper, come to investigate, as often she does. This is not a box for you to hop into. Very handily, it also comes with its original instruction manual. It is a Singer Portable Electric Sewing Machine 221-1. And the original copyright is in 1915, but I believe that is for the Singer Company in general, not for this particular manual. The most recent copyright date is 1941, so I believe that is when this particular model was made. Has a little two-prong plug, and the foot pedal is interesting. It has this bump beside the button rather than being a full-on treadle. So I assume this is to prevent accidentally stepping on the treadle and activating the button. This part folds down. And today I'm going to show you how it is threaded. So, the thread goes on top. It doesn't have one of those little clampers that contemporary sewing machines have for keeping the thread from rolling off, so you don't want to go too fast with it. Then the thread goes down here and makes this little figure 8. Then you bring it up here and put it through the hole in the bobbin, and you use that to wind the bobbin up. But if you're not doing that, then you don't need the little figure 8 down there. Or maybe you do. Let me double check. It's been a while since I've sewn by machine instead of by hand. Okay, yeah, the manual says that you do still need the bottom piece involved to thread the bobbin, but for threading the machine itself, that's a few pages along. Oil the machine. Let me check if there's a table of contents in here. There is not. Well, good thing I checked this because I misinstructed you anyway. For threading the bobbin, you go over here to this little hook, and then around here to the little, you can't see it there, this little loop-de-doo. Then you bring it up to where the bobbin is. It needs 2 points of tension. Yeah. I'm just going to pause this while I find the sewing part. To thread it, you go around this top hook, and then around the tensioning wheel. I'll give you a close-up of that once things are all the way in place. Then you go around this little hook. Then there's a hole up here. And another loop down here. And here's the really tricky part. There's a very tiny loop right above where the needle is. So you need to go through that loop. And then this other loop at the top of the needle attachment. And then, my hand is going to be in the way, but I'll show you once it's done. You thread it sideways through your needle. Which is difficult to do from this angle, so I'm going to pause the camera and come back when I've actually got it done. Of course, as soon as I did pause the camera, I got it right on the first try. So, here's your close-up. The thread, down the hook, around the tension lever. There's some little bits that it has to go around so that it's properly tensioned. And up through the arm, down through these 3 very little loops, and then to the needle. Be sure to thread it from right to left. If you thread it from left to right, the thread will break and you will be like, why is my thread continuing to break all the time? And then you'll realize that you've got your machine threaded, quote unquote, backwards. Now, to get the bobbin in, it goes right under the machine. There is this little thing, and this flap comes out so that you can grab it to pull the bobbin in or to help you keep your hold on it when you're reinserting it. When you reinsert it, it has to be in a particular position, and that will tell you, if you're doing it by eye, whether it's aligned. You can usually just do it by touch, though. The bobbin itself is somewhat thinner than a standard bobbin. Like, I have never been able to find another one this narrow, so I only have one bobbin for this machine, which is one of the reasons I hand sew so much, because it's kind of a nuisance to have to change the thread color every time. So you put your bobbin in with the thread. When the bobbin is facing you, the thread is going clockwise. If you go counterclockwise, again, you're going to have the scenario of, why does my thread keep breaking? It then goes through these little grooves. And you want to hold the thread back so that it doesn't tangle where it's not supposed to. And then you pop it into your machine, and this is how it's oriented when it's in there correctly. Then you use the top thread to pull your bobbin thread out. Might take a couple of tries. It's being uncooperative. We'll just say that I did it. There we go. Sometimes you have to free the thread that you were tucking under the bobbin to keep it out of the way in order for the top thread to lift it. And that is how you thread a Singer 221-1.